Welcome to Stacks Chat, coming to you live from Montgomery House Library. It's the show about what's going on in your neighborhood. I'm your host, J.A., and sitting in the This Guy chair is Jesse.
Hey.
Today we're going to be talking to Carol Parker from the Kids Cafe, which is the free lunch program in Watsontown. We're going to be talking about what's happening in the lunch program this summer and how you can help. Jess, what's going on in your neighborhood today?
There's so much going on in my neighborhood, but I heard Country Cupboard's closing.
We are devastated that Country Cupboard is closing. I haven't eaten there that much lately because I don't go out, but I love shopping there for gifts and the flower shop, the outdoor shop. My mom and I are big fans. What do you think, Jess?
Yeah, we had our Christmas party there every year, didn't we?
Yeah, we had our Christmas party there like very often, and it's just really sad. It's an institution. It's one of the nicest things we have in the area. It's very unique, and we're really hoping that maybe somebody brings that back to life in another way, something just as good or something similar.
That'd be cool. Something new.
Yeah, so if you hear anything, let us know so we can get on the Stacks Chat right away. We won't all be bummed out. What kind of announcements you got today, Jess?
Okay, let's see. Announcements. Turbeville Cub Scout Pack 3622 is having a pancake and sausage breakfast at Zion Lutheran Church on February 6th. The meal is eat-in or take-out from 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. So the cost will be $7, and for children it'll be $4, 10 and under. All proceeds from the breakfast benefit the pack. For you that don't know, Zion Lutheran Church is located at 39 Paradise Street in Turbeville.
It's the big steeple that you see in Turbeville from pretty much everywhere.
Yeah. Saturday, February 12th, Kingdom Kids Incorporated Valentine Puppet presentation at 1 p.m. Admission is $3. So the first 20 children that make it in get a Kingdom Kids DVD for free. That's pretty cool. First Presbyterian Church in Watsontown has Crazy Bingo, second Sunday each month, 2:30 p.m. in the Fellowship Hall. Bring a white elephant gift and don't miss out on the fun. That's on 401 Main Street, Watsontown?
Yeah, it's right on Main Street. Big white church, right?
Yeah.
And it's you play Crazy Bingo and you bring a
white elephant gift.
I'm out of elephants. Do you think they'll take a gray one, a purple one?
Pink one.
A pink one.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it for the day. That's what I got. Oh, other than our library announcements.
Oh, we do. So we are taping at the end of January, and it is at the end of January. This is the last week you're going to have to check out any Christmas books. We left them up because it's more snowy weather. It's been super cold. Maybe you want to cuddle up with a nice winter or Christmas book. The Christmas books are going down to the archives, so this is your last chance to check one out.
Yep.
And then we have some contests that are wrapping up at the end of the month, too.
Yeah, the ugly sweater contest is done, January 31st. Bring in your sweater, that way we can decide who's going to win. For the little kids, bring back your Christmas tree, end of the month.
So the sweater is an adult coloring contest. We
Yeah.
have a number of sweaters you can choose from, and you can come and pick it up, and then you're going to turn it in, and we are going to pick a winner for our ugly Christmas sweaters. The trees is a kids contest. They are actually just plain wood, and then you figure out how to make them a Christmas tree, and we have prizes for the top decorated Christmas trees. And they're all on display in the library. We'll leave those up so everyone can see your handiwork. Got any birthdays this week, Jess?
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Famous birthdays. Sunday the 30th, Phil Collins will be 71. Monday the 31st, Kerry Washington will be 45. No. Kerry Washington's awesome. Yeah. Tuesday, Lisa Marie Presley will be 54. Yeah, not as cool as your dad. Huh? Wednesday the 2nd is Shakira will be 45. Thursday the 3rd, Warwick Davis will be 52.
All right. You got me at Warwick Davis.
I knew you'd know that one.
Yeah.
You know him as which person?
Well, he's been a lot of people. He was Willow.
Yep, that's right.
He was Willow, yes.
Yep. He was a professor in Harry Potter.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, he was.
What else?
Well, he was in Star Wars, wasn't he?
Yep, I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. 52. All right, so Friday the 4th, Gavin DeGraw will be 45. And Saturday the 5th, Darren Chris will be 35.
She knows I love my Darren Chris. I like pretty much anything he's ever made. So if you are looking for any Darren Chris project information, I'm a big fan of his smaller projects. He did one for Quibi called, what was it called? It was the one about the music, Royalties. Super fun, super funny, short. You could binge watch it in like 2 hours. And then he did one about Hollywood that was really good. That's another one of those shorty shorts. His Christmas album, like Shake Until You Bake and Frost the Cookies and all that. He was at the Disney Christmas Parade. I know a few things about Derek Chris.
Yeah.
But sometimes he annoys me, but his projects are all so well done. So yeah, get on. And of course there's Glee. And back where it all started, Jess has not binge watched, but the Harry Potter musical. You can see these all on YouTube. They're so funny.
They are funny. I watched a little bit of it.
You can get your announcements, or maybe even your favorites, like your Darren Chris birthdays. You can get them on the Stacks chat, but you have to call us at 570-538-1381. Or you can send us an email at stackschat@mghlive.org, or send us a message on the Facebook using hashtag
StacksChat.
And now, let's talk about what's really going on in the Stacks. Jess, did you bring any good books from the Stacks today?
I did. I've been watching this new show on HBO Max. Well, it's not new, but I've been watching it, and it's called The Titans, which are DC characters. I don't know if you know anything about comic books or anything growing up.
DC Marvel. DC Marvel.
Yep. So they are DC characters, and because I was trying to figure out the show a little bit, I went to find the DC Ultimate Character Guide. So each time someone new comes on, a villain or a good guy, you can see what that person does and what they do for them and which character they are.
Is that a kid's book?
It's juniors. Yep, juniors.
Nice. So I'm telling you, that kids section, you can learn a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah. And because I picked the DC one, I was also curious about the Marvel one then. And Marvel's okay, but I'm a DC person. Batman.
I'm an AC/DC person.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, but they're pretty good if you're interested. Junior section. What do you got?
Well, good. Now, you know how I've been working on getting smarter. I have also this issue with, I'm pretty klutzy. I use my brain for almost all my work. So I've been really working for the last couple years on becoming more productive with creative things like sewing, knitting, whatever. I'm not at this point yet, but we did get this very cool book on, it's called Knitting with Disney. I myself am not a huge Disney fan, but I know many of you are. But the patterns in this book make such cool projects. I would either use them as gifts, or some of them are just so pretty, I would wear them myself. I'm trying to find an example. So this is the same that's on the cover. It's the Beauty and the Beast sweater. And I know we have some really good knitters as our customers, but it's just got the candelabra. It makes like a really cool sweater. But you can make the toys from Disney. Everything here has a theme. And it's got the patterns right here. So if you are half a knitter, which I am not even half a knitter, but my goal would be to make some of these pretty things. This is a super great book. It's brand new. We got it just this year. Now, on the sewing machine, I'm a little better because I've been working on it, taking some classes. And this is called the Apron Book. And it's a combination of information, history, and how-to. So it's called Making, Wearing, and Sharing a Bit of Cloth and Comfort. And it's got, I love retro things, and so it's got tons of retro patterns and retro looks. There's this one in here with tulips that was like really cool. This one looks like a little bit like the Raggedy Ann apron with the ruffles on it. So it's a very cool book. It's got a lot of style to it. Both these books have a lot of style. So that's what I picked from the Stacks this week. They're both here, available for checkout. And if you do make one of these Disney projects, I would love to see how it worked out. Rue would like to see, too. We're going to take a break and come back with Carol Parker from the Kids Cafe. And she's going to tell us what they're doing in the off season, about their new move and the different help that they need. So hang tight, and we'll be back. Hi, we're back with Carol Parker from Kids Cafe. Carol is the brains behind Kids Cafe, also the hands behind Kids Cafe. For those of you who don't know, Kids Cafe is the free lunch program in the park in the summer, not the winter like today, where kids can go and get free lunch, and Carol's going to tell us all about it. Carol, thanks for coming on the show. Let's start at the beginning of what people to know like right now. Who can get free lunch at the park?
Any child 18 years and under can get a free meal Monday through Friday, every day except for the 4th of July through the summer, from the first day school's out to the last day.
And to reiterate, we do a lot of myth busting on the show. It is not an income-based program, nor is it a locality-based program. So nobody's going to ask you when you come for lunch, how much money do you make or where do you live? Correct?
Correct.
Correct. But there are some rules. Some folks might even think you're acting like lunch ladies. But there are federally placed rules, right, that come with the program. Tell us what some of those are.
Yes, the children must have a portion of protein, dairy, vegetables, and then we do give them desserts, but that's not a necessary item. And
that's because we're nice.
And of course, milk they get. And once a week we see if they have chocolate or strawberry milk or some flavored milk. This is a treat. That we are required to give each and every child its portion.
So what I see is like they have to take it.
Correct. Even if they don't like it, we ask that they take it. If it's something that's already wrapped, sealed, they can put it on a share table we have, and another child might like to have an extra portion of carrots, and they can have them then. But they have to initially take the item.
For example, milk is required, and not every kid drinks milk or whatever. So that is an example of something that you must take. It's not because they're being mean or cruel or micromanaging your lunch, but you must take that.
Correct. Yes. We do have other things there for them to drink. Always water. Sometimes if it's a breakfast item, we'll have juice.
And we do like breakfast.
Yeah, they have breakfast for lunch sometimes. They enjoy that. But we still do the 4 food groups and all that. It gives them a different option for that day. And there's always peanut butter and jelly if they don't like something.
Always a peanut butter and jelly. One of the examples, since Carol brought up breakfast, that makes this program very different than other local municipalities. A lot of places you get your brown bag and then you go, and there are limits of what you can put in a brown bag. So when Carol does pancakes, it's usually pancakes, sausage, juice, fruit, and a milk, right?
Sometimes we do waffles.
Waffles.
We got some nice waffle makers.
So they're out there in the middle of the park with a bunch of griddles making pancakes or waffles or whatever, like right there, made to order sometimes. I know when we've had pancakes, they ask if you want blueberries or not blueberries. There are a number of food prep regulations. Can you tell us a few of those?
We need to wear gloves, wash our hands, wear gloves, hair nets, aprons. Usually there's anywhere from 3 to 6 people sometimes to help prep, depending on what we're having and what needs to be done.
When it comes to serving, the crew, when you're the part where they're at the park, because there tends to be a crew at the kitchen and a crew at the park, and sometimes people cross over do both. Like they prep the food and then they'll travel with it to the park or what have you. But once they get to the park where they're serving it, they document everything. They've got this notebook that they bring that's this big, and including in that documentation is you need to check the temperatures.
Correct.
Of everything.
Every day we go, if it's something cold, we have to check the temperature. Something hot, doesn't matter what it is. We have to write the temps down for each item.
Including the milk, right? I see that goes in the milk.
Including the milk, yes. And we have certain coolers. We only put milk in blue coolers. That way there's no chance of cross-contamination or anything. And everything's done we follow all the rules that are necessary.
Who gets all this? So you got all these papers. Who gets all this, and what do they do with it?
We actually keep track of how many we serve each day, the temperatures and all that. And then there's a lady that helps us with the numbers, and at the end of each month, she turns those numbers in to the state to give us dollars back so we can function the next month.
So you say that you get, for lack of a better way to put it, reimbursed for how many you served, and then that goes into the next
month to feed the children the next month. And then what's left over at the end of the year goes over to the next year to start out.
So one of the reasons we got you here today, because when I've talked to you before, I'm aware that you are the shopper as a rule, right?
Yes.
You are the shopper. That is the job that sounds like everyone would love to have, to buy tons of stuff. But in the end, it all has to like match up together to make something. Correct. So what factors play into what you decide to buy and what you decide to serve? Like you can't serve pancakes every day.
Correct.
So how does that magic work in your head up there? How do you keep it all straight?
I start with the food bank. What the food bank has to offer, I get what I can from them, whether it be protein, vegetables, anything else that is needed for that would be helpful to the program. Of course, I'm a big sale finder, so if it's a good price, I'll get it. And then
We did say shopper.
And then I plan the meals after the delivery. That I plan the meals about what we have on hand. And then I go to surplus first because you can get some good buys there. Then I'll go around to Sam's Club, which you all know you can get large quantities there. And then I'll end up at Wise's for all the little incidentals that we may need.
And Lingles.
And Lingles, downtown Lingles, also, they are nice enough to get give us an account and leave us run the account. Once a month we pay that bill. That way, if we need, Jay has run to Lingles many times for bread, or we didn't get enough milk, and she runs and gets milk, or fruit, we run out of bananas, she'll run and get it. And it is convenient being at the park and having Lingles so close.
One of the many reasons we're having this chat is because there have been a number of rumors and difficulties surrounding Kids Cafe this year. Can you tell us some of your story about losing your kitchen and your home base for Kids Cafe?
Yes, we were out at the Watsontown United Methodist Church, as most people know. That
for since the beginning, which was what, 8 years?
8 years, yes. It was started by Linda Smith, and then when she moved away, the band, Molly and myself, took it over in Hesperos. We all took it over for reins. And we always worked out of there, had a wonderful kitchen, and the church was closed. We had to go somewhere else. And Holy Spirit has been kind enough to take us in. They also took in the preschool, Happy Harbor, and we have really filled, more than overfilled, their capacity of their church, but they've all been very kind and welcoming.
Among the many parts of that whole mess is that you were set to lose all your tools. Every crock pot, every spatula, and of course the van, which is essential to getting stuff from here to there. Tell us how things have worked out, at least until this point.
Well, it worked out that they did end up letting us take all those things that she mentioned and more. And we just purchased a new refrigerator. We were able to take that.
Not like a little mini fridge either.
No, a big commercial refrigerator, huge big refrigerator. We've had even like freezers gifted to us. All that we were able to take. So we now have that at Holy Spirit, but there again, they just don't have a whole lot of room to take in 2 outreach programs like this, because Happy Harbor also needs a lot of space too. And they're 9 months out of the year. We're 3 months out of the year.
And you, like, not even the same 9 and 3 months.
No.
That kind of works out.
It does. That part works out very well. The kids are not there. So, if us ladies get going and get a little too loud, it don't matter because the kids aren't there. Because everything is closer proximity than it was out of the other church. To say they've been so good about taking us all in, and
so you got your
very
gear.
Welcome. We got everything.
How the heck did you move it? And like a commercial fridge, how did you move that?
We asked the gentleman which we bought it from to come and move it for us.
And they did.
And he did. He came. He was nice enough to come and move it for us and set it all back up. In fact, they had one that was older, and he even moved theirs out for them and put ours in there, that spot, since ours was newer.
Nice. So now it's the off season, and today it is snowing. It is the off of the off season. What's everyone at Kids Cafe? What do they do during the off season?
I mean, the people volunteer?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
most
there
of
stuff
us
to do to get? I mean, like you're
getting stuff ready. Yeah, you start thinking ahead of what you can do. Try to think. May we'll plan meals for June. June we'll plan for July, and so on. Just getting people together right now with moving. Of course, it's setting up bank accounts and different things that had to be put in place from the move. So there's more this year than usual.
Is there training that you have to do, or classes that you have to take? And is any of that stuff go on in the off season?
Yeah, I do a food safety course, which is every 5 years. I've done it because of COVID. Hez was going to take it next, so I'm thinking maybe she'll be the next one to take it. So there'll always be someone that'll be licensed with food safety. And then at the beginning of each year, Hez, myself, and Ruth Ann all take a course that's required online by the state. And it's mostly about being fair to children and equal rights and make sure you know your temperatures and that kind of thing. They go over it first, and then you have like a test to pass to be able to do this.
How many of these trained people do you need to be on site? Do you need like different training for the ones in the kitchen, different ones for the ones at the park? Does somebody who's had this training you're talking about, does there always need to be one person at each location with the training?
One person needs to be there each day at the training we take at the beginning of the year. So last year we started actually with the schedule, just like you would if you went to work. Either Hez, myself, or Ruth Ann will be there every day. A lot of days, 3 of us are there, 2 of us are there. But that gives us the opportunity through the week to have off to make appointments or do our own personal use. Because it is Monday through Friday all summer, so it gives us some time off if we plan a vacation or whatnot. The other is you can also take a food safety course that isn't as in-depth and as long, and some of the ladies have that, but it's not required as long as one of us are there.
I know you take donations.
We take donations for sure. This year, we really need the donations because we're starting out with $0.
What kind of donations do you mean? Like money?
We have someone who, that's their job for Kids Cafe, a lady who's very willing and able to do it, but she's not able to physically work, so it gives her the opportunity to volunteer in this way. She'll send out letters, she'll call for donations of, if someone wants to donate, Kids Love Pizza. We try to get pizza at least once a month, and a lot of organizations or businesses might donate that. Sometimes they'll come and cook them hamburgers on the grill and chat with the kids, hot dogs on the grill, whatever they choose to do in that way. Or we are in need of monetary donations.
Yeah, talk about that. You were saying earlier today that money is a big deal right now. Can you explain that and tell us how we can donate?
We did get to take all of our wares that we need to, like you had said, the van, the
Crock
pots, and all those things we got to take, but we did not get the money that was in our account. Because it was ran through the church, so we did not get the money.
So that was your startup money for
Correct,
2022.
for this year. So now we're back to zero. Luckily, I did have some food on hand. I can get through for a couple weeks with that, but I still have to buy fruit, vegetables, milk still has to be purchased. Those things you buy.
How much startup
fresh.
money do you need for the program?
It's really hard to say. I like to start with $1,000 because literally it takes the state a good month till we get any. We don't see any money until about July from now. It takes a while for all the paperwork to go through them to get the paperwork, then to get the money to us. So it's a process. We're halfway through the program till we get our first check.
Right. So you need at least
At least
$1,000.
$1,000. Yeah, more than that would be good because you never know what food, especially with food costs going up. I never know what I can get through the food bank too. That's a big thing.
Yeah, there was just an article in the paper yesterday. Heinz raising, they listed all the things that they're raising, some 30%, increases. So this $1,000 would be enough to get you started. More would be better. How do people get it to you?
They can send it to the church. I've already talked with the people over there, and they're fine with that. It would come through as Kids Cafe, and then
So they should send it to the church. If they're going to send a check to the Holy Spirit Church.
Holy Spirit Lutheran Evangelical Lutheran Church. I'd put
Attention Kids Cafe.
Kids Cafe,
Okay.
and it is Post Office Box 6, Turbottville, Pennsylvania.
We'll put that on a slide at the end of the show. Post Office Box 6 in Turbottville, 17772, if I'm not mistaken.
And something we're really in need of this year is we need somewhere to store all our stuff. Holy Spirit, like I said, did take in Happy Harbor and us, and the church isn't large enough to take in all the stuff we had. So right now, someone is donating a tractor trailer, to store our things in, but that is only for 3 months. So we're going to need somewhere permanent, like a nice size shed to store everything in.
That's going around right now. We're looking for sheds too. So yes, we know how it is, for sure. Small spaces are very difficult to maneuver, but we all do good work and we want to see that work continue. So I hope that you do find a shed. I've just priced a bunch of them recently. It's not easy, but it can happen. So glad that you picked her, Chris.
I knew you'd know that one.
Yeah, she knows that I like Derek.